Good afternoon, everybody, and good morning to anyone who's joining us from the West Coast. Thank you so much for hopping on and spending 15 minutes with us. Today, I have a special guest. I've invited Jacob. Jacob is our product director, and he's going to bring you some updates from the engineering and product team. So basically, every time the team works on a new feature, there's always two goals. One is ensuring that we provide a nice, consistent, intuitive, and simplified consumer experience, and then marrying that with the dealership workflow, making sure that it's convenient and also simplified as well. So we have a couple of small feature tweaks that we wanted to share with you. All of it is based on feedback. And then also there's a larger change as well to the transactional vehicle page too, that Jacob will be sharing it with us today. So Jacob, thank you so much for joining.
Thanks, Clarice.
So I will stop sharing here so you can run us through your demo. So Jacob is going to show you exactly how these features work. And then we'll do a quick summary in the end. If you do need additional details, you'll be able to get those from your dealer success manager as well.
All right, jumping in, four things I do want to share today, all relatively new. All of them are in production today, available to any dealership to use. Going to start with, our modular transactional experience, which some of you may have seen and some may have not. We do offer two main entry points into the platform. Sorry, just letting my video catch up. Two main entry points into the platform. One in our linear flow, where we have the steps along the left-hand side, where the customer can be guided and/or pushed into trade, deposit, etc., through the linear flow. What I'm sharing here is our modular flow. This is a more controlled experience where the car buyer can pick and choose what step of the platform they want to start with and/or finish with and/or complete, whether it's their first visit or their second visit into the platform. And what I mean by modular is that you can see all of the steps inside of the platform exist here on the right-hand side of the page. If I'm on mobile, it's very mobile friendly as well, a little bit more than the linear flow, where all the steps are stacked on top of each other below the vehicle information. So as a customer, I can come in. You'll also notice here that the payment configurator is collapsed. That's something new that we've been testing out as well. Whether the payment configuration panel here is expanded and kind of in the face of the customer, or it can be collapsed as I showed it before, which again drives attention to the modules itself. And then from here the customer can jump in and submit a trade-in valuation request. Background noise. You can see if you have pre-installed accessories or want to recommend some accessories to the customer. They're already included in the cart there. The customer can go in, add a protection plan, book an appointment, etc. Again, a much more non-linear modular flow for the customer to go through steps of the platform. One other change I'll point out to this page as well is you can see if that vehicle does have installed packages, options, and then even the key features section. We now provide the dealer flexibility to pick and choose which of these sections are expanded by default and or collapsed by default. The default state on all of those defaults is as you see it today. The overview is expanded, trims included in there, so a valuable piece of information for the customer. For the dealer, bin in stock is in here too, so that's why we leave that one open by default. But if you want a super clean page, you do have the option to collapse all of those sections as well by default. Simple request through your DSM.
So basically, we want to make sure that we surface all the information the customers can make well-informed decisions on, and we're giving them the opportunity to either, whether with guidance or self-serve, go to those next steps on the vehicle transactional page.
Jumping into two other new features that we have available. First one is tied to, as a dealer, I'm creating MotoCommerce accounts for customers who don't organically find MotoCommerce through my website. So maybe I get a lead through another source, and I want to create that virtual deal for them. I do that the same as I do today. I go into my dealer administration panel. I add a customer through the toggle up here. I'm then going to be prompted to put in that customer information. When I'm being prompted to put in that customer information, I have two toggles down here at the bottom now. Send customer to CRM. That's been there for a while. That's to ensure we're not duplicating customers in your CRM. New toggle here that we did add is send MotoCommerce invitation. So this is essentially, if you leave it checked, you're going to send the customer an invitation into MotoCommerce based on your default dealer payment settings. And if you take it off, then it's going to suppress that email. We're not going to send that email at all. You do have the option to send it later.
Do you mind just painting a scenario? So when would you use or when would you have that box checked, and when would you uncheck it? Like, what would be a specific scenario for those?
Yep. Yeah, checked. If we want to send it right away in an automated fashion, let MotoCommerce take care of the email process itself. And we're happy with the payment settings, the default payment settings. So say my default payment setting is finance 60 months. At a weekly frequency. I'm confident that the customer, that's a good starting point for them. So I'll automatically send the email, because the email will contain that pricing detail for the customer at an attempt to get them to click in. In most cases though, I'm probably going to turn it off so that I can customize the payment for what I know about that customer already. So again, if I use that example of finance 60 month as my default, maybe the customer that I'm inviting is a lease customer, right? I can go in, I can suppress the email, go into the car itself, change the lease settings, change the payment settings to lease, configure it to the frequency. Maybe I know they have trade info. I can put that in there already for the customer. And then I can go copy the link in MotoCommerce dealer panel and then paste that into an email and control the communication with the customer.
And send more of a personalized.
More personalized email. Another good example, or where we see this toggle being used, is maybe I'm adding multiple cars to the customer's cart. I want to add, using Volvo as an example, I know their SUV, but I don't know if they're XC90 or XC60. I can again add the customer here, suppress the email, go in, add an XC90, add an XC60, and then copy the MotoCommerce link, not the individual car link. And it's going to land that customer in their virtual garage, where I can see the few XC90s, the few XC60s that I've added for that customer.
Great.
Another net new feature here inside of our virtual showroom, again, not sure of the usage of the people on the call today, but we did add sort functionality to our SRP. And most notably for I would say real inventory and used inventory, we enabled a recommended feature where by default dealer can set the setting to be recommended. And what recommended essentially means is that we're going to serve up the cars that have been on the lot for the longest. A little bit less relevant these days with inventory shortages, but I know there's still desire to push the older cars that have been sitting on the lot with the overhead there. So we do now offer sort functionality in general in terms of price, low, high, low, what customers expect, used car, mileage, low, high, low, year, etc. But recommended is somewhat of a cool net new feature that's built in there.
So basically allowing dealerships to customize what segment of inventory to surface first. And if they wanted to enable that, did they just reach out to their DSM? That's what
the sort functionality is already there. It's in production. We do offer the flexibility to set default states by dealer. So if I want to show my cheapest cars first or more expensive, newest, oldest, you do have the flexibility to work with your DSM to set those default states for, this is what we call our model selection, our model roll up. Trim selection, you could have a different default state. You can see it's price low, high, price low, high.
So
and
you
then
do it by in different
as granular as you want to. And then again, it's harder to see because this is all stock imagery, but imagine your showroom with your real images here, because this is real inventory. You can control the default sort state here. And again, recommended is going to drive that newest car, right, at the specific trim that's been on the lot for longest, will be in the number one position here.
Cool. Thank you.
So that's SRP sort. Last is a customer facing tool. I'm just jumping over to another demo site. This feature satisfies customers who have been in the MotoCommerce platform from your dealership website, and they're coming back. And they may not be coming back through the email invitation. They could just be coming back into the platform, going organically through your dealership website into MotoCommerce through Build Your Deal, Calculate Your Payments, whatever it may be. I can be on the same car that I was looking at before. Again, I already have a MotoCommerce account, but I'm just coming through organically. I could be on the same car that I was looking at before or a new car, but either way, if I'm in MotoCommerce, I go to save my deal again and or contact the dealer, leverage one of the CTAs. We're now leveraging what we kind of call a two-factor authentication flow, where we used to just send it through the email, which email isn't the most savvy technology that customers like to communicate with today. More people are used to doing text. So we've enabled a text feature, right, for a customer to re-enter. So yeah, I put in my old email address that came in. I got an email here to my phone. Again, very similar to any Google style experience, any forget password experience today. I get a code here, 689352. And I'm seamlessly re-entered back into the platform without any barriers or objections or anything like that. And it allows me to log in again without having to go into my email. I'm probably doing this on my phone already, so it's super easy, slick, elegant re-entry into the platform. You can see here up in the top right, I am logged in. Didn't throw anything in my face, but I noticed that, oh, there's two vehicles here. I was looking at the Avalon today. It's going to show me, oh, I was looking at a 4Runner last time I was in. So this is that virtual garage I was referring to, where now, again, I'm building up more cars. And when the customer does do that, when they do re-enter into the platform that way, you are notified as a dealer as well, right, through our dealer activity alert email, being like, hey, Tim Allen just showed interest in an Avalon as well within MotoCommerce.
Awesome. Jacob,
yeah, those are the updates today.
Yeah, no, awesome. I'm going to quickly summarize as well, because I know there is a lot to go through in 15 minutes. But if anyone does have any questions, you can always reach out to me and also your DSM as well, if there's any details that you're interested in. So first of all, we went through the updates to the transactional vehicle page. So we're showcasing a time-saving element. Now we have a collapse payment configurator. So we're trying to allow customers to have the ability to pick which direction they want to go, and gives you the ability, of course, to guide them to these additional steps as well. The next one, we talked about the customer cart invitation toggle. So that was a specific ask from our dealer partners, having the ability to uncheck that box if you're building out a stack cart for your customers, lease renewal prospects, or adding additional vehicles or editing those payment terms as well. You have the ability to uncheck that box, then copy the link to the customer's cart and send your own personalized message. Then we talked about the new SRP sorting feature for consumers. So they have the ability to sort your inventory by price and by age as well. And you have the option to customize what comes up when they click on recommended as well. Any specific segment of inventory you want to push, you have the ability to get that in front of your customers. And then we talked about the tokenized re-entries already through the authentication verification code. It just makes that re-entry seamless and more modern, I guess, for customers to come back into the cart. As we can see, there's quite a few, quite high percent of customers actually do return to their shopping cart as well. So it just makes it a bit more seamless and convenient. Thank you everyone for hopping on. As mentioned, if you do have any questions, please reach out, and we'll be back again in 2 weeks time. Jacob, thanks for the update, much appreciated.
Thanks.
All right, thank you.